Hello traders, welcome to Ford Revolutionary Forex Institute. This is Kosnati, the founder and the senior trader of Ford Revolutionary Forex Institute. So traders, you remember on the previous video that I indicated that in this video we are going to discuss the two types of trendline breakouts. So there are two types of trendline breakouts. The first one is the pullback breakouts. The second one is the immediate breakouts. However, traders, in this video alone, we are going to cover only the pullback breakouts, and then on the next video we are going to cover the immediate breakouts. So without wasting any time, traders, let's just recap on the breakout strategy. So in terms of the breakout strategy, there must be a trend, then the markets must break the trend line. So the main purpose of the trend line breakout strategy, just to recap traders, is to ensure that you get early in the trend. You get early as soon as the market starts to change the direction of the market. So that is the main purpose of the trendline breakout strategy, is to ensure that you are able to get in as soon as the market starts to change the direction of the markets. Okay, that is the main purpose of trendline breakout strategy. So let's move straight to the pullback. So in terms of the pullback, this occurs when the price breaks the trend line. So remember traders, on the previous video, I indicated that the markets, in order to form a breakout, there must be a strong and a valid trend line. Okay, so if you're still confused about the strong and the valid trend line, please go back to the previous lessons where I discussed the trend line trading strategy. So traders, when you want to trade a breakout, there must be a strong trend line. Okay, there must be a strong trend line, and there must be a valid trend. That trend line must be valid. Then the market must break the trend line. Okay, the markets must break the trend line. After the market has broken the trend line, thereafter it has to go back, or it has to retest near the trend line or at the trend line. So firstly, there must be a valid trend line or a strong trend line. Thereafter, the market must break the trend line. After the market has broken the trend line, it has to go back or retest near the trend line or at the trend line. Then the second point, the price must form an impulsive pattern. So here, traders, what they mean is that what I mean here, traders, I mean that the markets must break the trend line. So the markets must break this trend line with a strong movement or with the impulsive movement. So here we have this strong movement or this impulsive movement. So there must be impulsive movement. Firstly, there must be a trend line. Number two, the markets must break the trend line with a strong movement. Okay, let's move forward. So second point, the markets must break the trend line with a strong movement. Number three, after the breakouts, the price must form a corrective pattern which acts as the pullback. Let's go back to our video. So number one, the markets must break the trend line in order for you to trade a breakout strategy. Number two, so there must be there must be a trend line. Number two, the markets must break the trend line with a strong movement or with impulsive movement. Number three, the markets must form a correction pattern or the corrective pattern. And this correction pattern, traders, in terms of trendline strategy, we call it a pullback. So that is why we say a pullback strategy. So we mean that the pullback the pullback means the correction, traders, in simple terms. This is the correction. This correction, we call it a pullback. So firstly, there must be a trend line. It must be broken with a strong movement, and there must be a pullback or a correction. Let's move forward. Let's look at, okay, now our last point. This pattern is more reliable. This pattern is more reliable compared to immediate breakouts. So this is my personal opinion, traders. But many professional traders and many good traders, they will tell you that immediate breakouts are less reliable compared to pullback breakouts. So I recommend that traders, you trade pullback breakouts because they are more reliable and they give you time to analyze the breakouts before you execute a trade. before you execute a trade. So I highly recommend traders that you mainly trade pullback breakouts. If you see any breakouts, therefore you must wait for the breakouts. Okay. So let's move to our next point. So our next point, traders, now I'm going to teach you how to execute trades using pullback breakouts. So this slide is all about teaching you how to buy using a pullback breakout. So firstly, the first point, how to buy using a pullback breakout. Number one, there must be, or the price must break the valid and the strong bearish trend line. So as I've indicated earlier, let's look at our picture. This is our picture. As you can see, we have this bearish trend line. We have this bearish trend line. So our first point is that there must be a strong and a valid trend line. So we have this valid trend line. Number two, the price must break the trend line. The price must break the trend line. The price must break the trend line by a strong bullish impulsive pattern. So the price must break this bearish trend line with a strong impulsive movement, and this movement must be bullish. So the price must break the bearish trend line with a bullish strong impulsive pattern. So we have this bullish impulsive pattern which broke this trend line. Then number three, let's look at our number three. After the breakout, the markets must form a correction pattern. Okay, so after these breakouts, the markets must form a correction, and this correction acts as our pullback. Okay. Then number four, there must be any bullish reversal pattern before executing a buy position. So traders, what I mean here is that after this pullback, you must see any bullish reversal pattern. But as you know, there's a fourth revolution and Forex Institute. We mainly focus on the price action. So here, traders, I would recommend you to use candlestick patterns. And in this case, traders, you can see that we have these three candles. We have candle 1, candle 2, candle 3. And this candlestick pattern, traders, we call it a morning star. So this is a bullish reversal candlestick pattern. Okay. So after this morning star, you could have executed a trade, and then the markets move to the different direction. So how to buy? The first thing, there must be a bearish trend line. Number two, the markets must break the trend line with a strong movement or with a strong bullish movement. Number three, there must be a correction pattern, and this correction pattern acts as our pullback. And then after the pullback, you must seek for any bullish reversal candlestick pattern. Thereafter, you can execute a trade. Okay, so traders, that is how we buy. Firstly, there must be a trend line. Number two, the trend line must be broken by a strong impulsive move. Number three, there must be a correction or a pullback. Then after a pullback, we must have a bullish reversal candlestick pattern. And in this case, we have a morning star. Let's go to sell traders quickly. So for sell traders, how to sell using a pullback breakouts. So firstly, so let's look at how to sell. So this is the movement for sell. So number one, there must be a bullish, strong, and valid trend line. So let's see. So we have this bullish trend line. There must be a bullish trend line. Okay. Number two, the bullish trend line must be broken by strong bearish impulsive pattern. So traders here, this bullish trend. So the bullish trend, we have this bullish trend must be broken by a strong impulsive move or by the strong movement. Okay, so we have this strong movement. So number one, we have a bullish trend. The bullish trend must be broken by a strong movement. Then let's go back. Then for number three, after the breakouts, the markets must form a correction pattern. So we have this correction pattern which acts as our pullback. So after these breakouts, the markets must form a correction which acts as our pullback. Let's go back to our slide. Then for number four, there must be any bearish reversal candlestick pattern or any reversal pattern. So in this case, traders, as I've indicated, in this case, traders, we have like a bearish engulfing pattern. Okay, so that is how traders we sell using a pullback breakout. Number one, we must have a bullish trend. Number two, the bullish trend must be broken by a bearish impulsive move, and this movement must be strong. Number 3, there must be a correction, and this correction is a corrective wave for this movement. So then we must have a correction pattern, and this correction pattern acts as our pullback. Then after our pullback, we must have any bearish reversal candlestick pattern. So traders, that is all we have for pullback breakouts. So on the next video, I'm going to discuss the immediate breakouts. So traders, thank you for watching. I'm going to see you on the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye traders.